Excited to have two guys who've played together a little while. Would you guys consider yourself besties? Is like besties a good way to put it?
I mean, we're pretty close to besties, as close as you can get.
Yeah.
I could say that. I think.
All right.
For sure.
Danny Vitiello, Russell Cicerone, good to see you guys. Thanks for coming. Want to start with the most recent results. I said this before you guys started. Like, it feels like we're playing so well, and just a couple bad luck things. You know, maybe some bad officiating. You don't have to comment on that. An unfortunate clearance that like ricochets off.
Yeah.
It's like crazy. How do you guys stay positive about how the team is playing in these moments?
Yeah, I think it's a long year. Some unfortunate events, like you say, but yeah, it's about the bigger picture. What we want to put out on the field throughout 90 minutes, and after we step off the field, we've been really proud about how we're gelling and how we're playing, and the chances we're creating, and I think just as the season progresses, we'll see these games turned into 3 points.
Yeah. So what about you, Russ? Like, what's Neil's message been going into this week? I feel like maybe the Tulsa game, probably the game that hasn't been the best for the club on the pitch. But other than that, 3 games that you could say the team has played really well. How do you guys kind of rally?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Coach has been really proud with the product that we're putting on the field. And for most of the games, we've been the better team, and we've been doing the right things. And it's an extremely long season, so bad bounces like that penalty call and Roro volleying a ball off a kid's face and it going in the top corner, that just can't happen for as long of a season as it is. So if we keep doing the right things, coming into training and doing the right things and having the right mindset, we're going to be fine.
I guess it's like one of those things where it's like, all right, breaks. Maybe it's best to have the bad breaks go not our way early in the season, and then the law of averages say they will. And like, here's the thing too: New Mexico, very good team. You guys beat on opening night. Louisville, one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference. I think you guys outplayed them for 95 minutes. Like, you got to feel. I know the points may not reflect it, but I feel like you got to be feeling pretty good about how you guys have been playing so far.
No, yeah, I mean we feel great. I mean, if you look at past seasons, like the champions who've won in the playoffs, you could say that they didn't get off to too hot of starts. You know, especially the past 2 years. But it's a long season. As long as you're, playing well at the right time, anything can happen. You can win a championship as long as you get hot at the end of the season.
Russ, I feel like obviously you're off to a great start, up for Player of the Month in this last month in the month of March. Really firing on all cylinders. What was the mindset for you? Was there any change for you? I know you're such an intense guy in terms of your focus, but was there any difference going into this season for you?
Yeah, I think I just had a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth from the end of last season. I came back from surgery and I just really wasn't 100% physically, and I was trying to put in a shift for the team, but I just wasn't able to do the stuff that I know I'm capable of. And so coming in this year, having a full off season to get my ankle right and just do what I needed to do to get back to being at my best. And the staff has put me in a really good position, and I feel like my body and my mind are in a good spot right now to push to be a top player.
That's awesome. I want to ask, too, about the camaraderie. We got new coach Neil Collins. You guys have both been here a little while. What was the process like, kind of the getting to know him, understanding his play style, his personality in this offseason and early on in this season?
Yeah, I think right when he stepped in, and we had that first day, I think he really wanted to make sure the guys knew how he wanted to play, the style of play. He told us, we want to play on the front foot. We want to get in the other team's faces and press high, win the ball high, and go right to goal. And I think, in the preseason and especially in the first couple matches, you've been seeing that. We got guys like Russ and LJ. Lots of energy, setting the standard and pressing high, and we're able to, keep the ball pinned in the other team's half and be able to, play 90 minutes that way.
Well, we saw that result in a goal this last game with Sebastian pressing the opposing goalkeeper, and then resulted in a turnover, and then Pirano had a nice chip goal. But it seems like, Russ, that's the type of way you like to play, being on the front foot, attacking, pressing, and really being aggressive.
Yeah, absolutely. That's my style for sure, and I really like what I've been seeing on the pitch from the way the staff has us prepared. Like we know every situation that could possibly be going on the field, and so It's all just about our work ethic now, and right now it's really high, and we're getting a lot of turnovers in the opposing half, and we're creating a lot of chances. We need to get a few more goals, though.
What last week we had Dominic Vonner on, and he was saying that the hardest. You guys are both laughing. Why? What are you laughing
He's just
about?
a great guy.
He's a good guy.
Yeah,
He's funny.
he's a character.
Yeah, for sure.
He swore on the podcast, which was fun.
Perfect,
Nice
perfect.
Little, not that there's anything wrong with that,
it's
but
good.
I just wasn't ready for it.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, so he was talking about how the Scottish accent is the hardest accent to understand right now, and I'm like, wow, that's not what I expected. So to set the record straight of all the guys, we got a lot of different accents on the team. Who is the toughest for you guys to understand?
I think honestly, it's Neil. Like Neil has
Really?
a really tough accent. Yeah, I turn to Nick Ross a lot of time because I guess he Americanized his. He's been here for so long, and I turn to him and I'm like, what is going on here? And he'll have to explain it to me. But yeah, Neil's.
Okay, so you agree?
Neil's and LJ's are really really tough. I'm always like you got to slow it down for me a little bit here.
Yeah, I always have to ask LJ to repeat himself.
Uh-huh.
And
LJ's tough.
Yeah.
LJ's tough. Yeah.
I can understand that. Neil, when I had him here to do the podcast the first time, I was a couple times where he made a reference and I didn't know what the reference
That's what I'm
was.
saying.
I haven't had too many problems with Neil, to be fair. I get it.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
And if you're listening,
Yeah,
Neil, Russell's not having any issues.
Exactly.
No, but it's pretty interesting to see. He's had a lot of success over in Tampa Bay. Now he comes here. The Louisville team, a team he obviously has played a lot. You could tell, like pregame, I could see him talking to the other coach from Louisville. They were kind of bickering back and forth in like a friendly way, which was, but competitive. It was cool to see. All right, so Russ, you got some hair competition this year. You got Ryan Spalding. We talked about this at the event at the beginning of the year, the kit reveal. But the flow is looking nice, man. So I feel like you may still have top ranking.
I'm gonna keep Ryan on his toes, but he's got a good set of hair, so I'm just all I can do is work on mine, So, but I'm happy with it right now.
Yeah,
so.
but hang on, but he's got a little more. Like I feel like his is a little more natural, meaning like he's got the curliness to it. Like you don't quite have the curliness, so it's got to be a little tougher, right? This is a little. I would not more natural, but it's a little easier to have more flair when you got the curliness.
Right,
to
exactly.
it.
He's got that volume and stuff like that.
The volume that Danny's got.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you need. That's what you need to take a picture and then try that out at home. I think you guys are forgetting about a little bit of AJ. I like AJ's a little bit. Just styling and he dyes it pretty well. It's up there and gets it going. Chippy's got some nice hair now too.
Yeah, that's true.
I think there's a competition all over the place.
Yeah. What's the beard competition though?
Beard. I forget I think it was the other day. I forget who it was, but
I thought Brad had his beard.
Brad doesn't count because he'll like try and get it. He'll try and get it, and then like he'll just let it. Like he'll just cut it off.
I thought his was pretty good.
His was pretty good, and then he got rid of it. You gotta keep it going. You gotta get a little flow at the bottom here. Like you see your flow, I got the flow in the bottom as well.
Yeah, how do you get
it in the wind? The wind's got to be able to take it a little bit.
Jesus.
Yeah, so you got flow, I guess, on the beard.
Yeah.
Russ's flow up top.
Yeah, exactly.
I almost made a comment that would have been a problem.
Yeah, I heard it. But good save.
Thanks. Done this before. I want to ask you guys too, like in the terms of camaraderie, you got a lot of new guys, new faces this year. You guys have been here a little while. Veterans here in Sacramento. What some of the new guys that the fans maybe haven't gotten to meet or talk to a ton, or have good personalities and are fun to be around?
Yeah, I think a lot of the guys have really good personalities. LJ's a clown. He's really funny. He's always chatting and, making little comments here and there.
When you can understand them.
Yeah. No, yeah, exactly. When I have to have someone explain to me what the joke is, but they're pretty funny. But yeah, guys like Ryan, Freddie's
got a good personality.
Really good personality. And
Dominic is hilarious.
Yeah, Dom,
especially because his English isn't that good, so he's still learning. And
so what do you mean? I feel like he's super clear. You mean like he might not
he doesn't
what
like forming sentences and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
But like he's always learning, always asking questions. And,
I feel like he always has like a word of the day where he's like, what is this?
Yeah.
And then like I forget what it was like. It was like a mosquito or something one day. And like,
I was trying to explain to him like March Madness, and he was interested about that. So
we talked. He was on last week. We talked about a lot of stuff. One of them was like just national team, like German and American. We talked about Jurgen Klinsmann because obviously he's German. He was a big Bayern fan, but he was in the
Yeah.
Dortmund Academy,
Super weird. Yeah.
which is a pretty. I was like, is that
Very
allowed?
strange.
I don't know. I feel like that's frowned upon. But no, he seems like a super nice guy. We had Ryan on. We had Freddie on. We got Eric on tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Ooh,
So I think Eric
That'll be
is-
interesting.
very interesting.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. I like Eric. He's just funny. He's
Yeah,
quiet.
he's-
You
you
gotta
gotta pull it out of him a
So
little bit.
yeah, we'll talk. So Eric's coming on. It'll come out next week. But
Nice.
he's we had to bribe him in a way to get him to come on the
Oh, boy.
podcast.
Oh yeah, what was that?
Well, Andre basically told them because last Wednesday you guys were supposed to train on the turf at CRC.
Yeah.
So the way he said that you guys could come to HHP, like I'm the gatekeeper, which I
Yeah.
fully am not.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, we gotta.
Yeah, that makes sense. I
So,
like it.
so Andre with the good hookup there. I don't know if Eric knows this, but
Yeah.
he might have
Yeah,
thought,
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, no, you can't. That's how you come on the podcast.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask two guys. Like, it's been a couple games so far. Like, is it when you have a new coach? Like, how long does it take where you fully are like exactly what they want? You guys, your tendencies, think in the same ways. Like, what is that? Like, how long does that take to really get comfortable?
I feel like they did a really good job in preseason, knowing the game plan and stuff like that. So I don't think there's any real question about that. I think it's more like preparing for who we're going to be playing that week and their tendencies, and so we have to, because like obviously the game plan is always changing depending on who we're playing, but the staff does a really good job at that. But I mean, right from the beginning, they established what we wanted to do and they hammered it into us in preseason. So. I think we're there. I think we just need to keep pushing in the right direction and just get better at those things.
Yeah, I mean, I've been really impressed with how prepared we are, like on a week-to-week basis, like down to like who they think the starting lineup's gonna be. Like even if they didn't start last week, they'll like be like, yeah, we think he's in, and like stuff like that. Like it's very impressive.
Yeah. What does it change? I mean, from a goalkeeper's perspective, it's a little bit different. Has the way you play changed anything a little bit?
I mean, not. I mean, we're pressing super. Like we press really high now, and they kind of leave the spacing behind. We have a higher line, so I'll try and know that. But I don't really change the way I play based on who we're playing. Every time I step on the field, you're gonna have to do the same things. Come for crosses. Sweep in behind the back line, make some saves. So. Yeah. But it's always important to know what the strengths of the other team is. Whether it's they got some speedy guys, that they're gonna be trying to play the ball in behind a little bit more and stuff like that. So, I've been feeling good going into these games.
Interesting. Yeah. The real reason I wanted to have you guys on, there's many reasons, but so when Luke and Candy came on last year. Have you heard about this, Russ?
You guys did it at Results, right?
We did it. No, we did it at Restore.
That's what I meant.
Restore.
Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Beep it out.
we'll let it go. Yeah. So the questions were, I made a couple major mistakes. They said on the spot, all-time starting 11, which I left you and I left Luis Felipe out. So. It's on me.
It's okay.
On the spot.
Yeah.
Just to be
clear.
I
know it's tough. It's tough. You're
And
pulling
then
all
they
these
asked
names
who
out of here.
should be quarterback, which I think you were probably more upset that I didn't put you on. And I think I said Connor Dunn. I didn't really have a reason.
Yeah, I mean, he's
you
tall and stuff like that, but
Yeah, I think
if
that
you're
was-
talking about pure arm strength and accuracy.
I haven't seen
Right,
that.
exactly. And they've seen that. That's why.
See, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my bad.
No, it's all good.
But
Come
I do
out.
think-
We'll run a few routes out there.
Yeah. But like I was like, I felt like I think I said linebacker for you maybe,
Uh-oh.
which I feel like makes sense.
There's no way that hair is gonna get messed up. If he's
Dude, what do you
tackling
mean?
guys. He's got to be.
Dude,
he's
they
an
got the
offense.
flow. Anzalone on
I
the
think you're an
lines?
offensive
Yeah,
guy.
Clay Matthews. Like,
He's an
famous.
offensive guy. What do you mean? I'm more of the defensive.
Hey, we don't have the
guy.
numbers. You're gonna have to play both sides of the ball.
True,
so,
true.
yeah.
That's right. You gotta play both sides. That's right.
Yeah.
No, but Clay Matthews had a flow at linebacker. My point is like the way he plays and his hockey background, like he takes some physicality.
I feel like we've talked about this like a bunch, like me, you, maybe Timmer, like just like our team, like our offensive team. Like we think we got our offensive line set. I think. Like I'm the center. I think
You're the center?
I want to be on the offensive line.
I could see you being a
some
center. I
guys.
feel like centers always have a big ass beard.
yeah.
Well,
That's,
Jason Kelsey actually.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Got some. We got to have the taller guys out on there. Like guys like Rayon, JJ. Yeah, he would be on there.
Yeah.
Timmer would be on their offensive line.
What I feel like. You think
What
so?
do you think?
He's got a lot of speed though.
Yeah,
But hey,
Tight
we
end?
need that speed pulling out on the, getting onto the open field with Timmer. That'd be unreal.
Some sweeps.
yeah.
Exactly.
Oh man.
But then, so you're the quarterback?
I mean,
Oh God, here we go. Here we go. Just say yes or no. You want to be the quarterback? Okay.
I'm
Who are we
the
throwing the ball to?
I don't know, man.
Come on, give me something.
We got some athletes. We got some speed.
Ryan
we got-
Spalding could be a nice slot guy.
Yeah. Oh, good slot. That's
Yeah.
a good.
Jack Gurr, a little running back
think-
action
yeah.
there.
Yeah. Yeah. I think him and Lewis have to be running backs or cornerbacks. I think those are the kind of two spots they are allowed. They can
Yeah,
do.
I don't think LJ can catch the ball. Probably not. Just hand it to
don't
him.
think so?
Hand it to him, let him run.
Didn't you say you want to play tight end?
I would be pretty good at tight end as well, but I just feel like I need a captain that offensive line.
Yeah. So you guys actually have talked about this a lot.
We've talked about it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been up there.
Yeah.
Starting five basketball as well.
Oh well, let's get into that. That was my next question.
We have this little hoop now at the
At the training ground?
Yeah, Katie brought it in this off season, and it's tough. It's tough.
It's not forgiving, and me and Danny get
Can't-
there pretty early in the morning, so we're just ripping up shots, and the percentages are low.
Can't
So-
hit the rim.
Yeah.
You gotta swish it.
By the way, Luis Felipe should be tight end. Just to put
Oh,
that
yeah,
out
He would be good there.
yeah,
Yes, Luis Felipe would be good.
Yeah.
Or just the wide receiver, just like out to the wide, outs wide, just
there. Yeah.
throw it up to him a little bit.
It's one of the taller wide
Yeah.
receivers.
Seba
Yeah.
too would be good at tight end.
Ooh, yeah, he can jump.
And he's just dominate.
And he's
dominate.
Strong.
Yeah.
So strong.
Man, that's a good pick. That's a good pick. So who's actually decent at basketball?
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only one I know for sure. Me.
Dang, we lost. Shane was good.
Yeah, Shane had good size.
Um,
Roro had some.
oh yeah,
some nice
I
shots
went and
up there.
watched Roro's kid Roman's basketball game, and
Oh yeah.
the court was free after, so me and him put up a few shots. He wasn't bad.
Yeah. That's awesome that you did that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It was like a playoff game. They ended up losing, so now that they think I'm bad luck. Yeah. So I don't know if I'm allowed anymore, but yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, that's funny.
I don't know who else. I haven't seen too many other guys. Freddie, I think you just got to find
just
a way to get him in the lineup.
get the size up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Gotta have him on.
He's by far the tallest guy on the team, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. German too. He's German.
I mean, I
Speaks
could have
German.
guessed.
He
Yeah.
speaks German.
Oh, yeah.
You know what?
Like
I
fluent,
did.
yeah.
I saw that in the notes. No, I didn't. I tried to speak German last week to Vonner.
Vonner,
and it
no.
did not go well.
Uh-oh. Was he making funny?
Yeah, I think he was like. He's like, what?
Yeah.
I didn't hit the. Eek. I
Yeah.
didn't hit the spitting enough.
Yeah.
I know it's tough language.
Tough, not the.
Super tough.
Yeah, not the easiest one for sure.
Yeah. I got German blood.
Do you?
Yeah, my grandparents were
Can you speak it at
both
all?
of them. No.
Yeah,
Absolutely
I
not.
took it in high school, so I had like a little bit of
Ooh,
it.
nice.
Oh, nice.
But all I can remember was how to count and how to ask to go to the restroom because you had to ask.
Had to
in
ask.
German. Yeah.
So you studied that and then
Yeah,
said,
yeah,
screw
yeah.
it.
Yeah. So is it year 5 for you, Danny?
Here?
Yeah. 4?
4.
Okay, in year 3.
Mhm.
Okay. So you guys been here a while now. Like, what are you telling the new guys about like food and like where to go, what to do? Like, are you guys kind of Roro's obviously been here a
Yeah.
long time. Like, what are you guys telling some of the newer guys about things?
I mean, Sacramento in general is just like a food city. Like
Underrated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super
Yeah,
underrated.
they
but
gotta
like
just kind of figure it out themselves. Midtown area.
Yeah.
That's what I just said. Just
so
Yeah.
many places to go. I mean, but yeah, coffee also unreal city for coffee. We
Yeah.
have so many guys that
Yeah, so a
love
lot of the
coffee.
guys on the team will meet up at the coffee shop after
Yeah.
training.
Who was I talking to who they didn't know about your coffee obsession?
I heard about this. I think it was it Ryan?
Yeah. I think
Maybe
it was
Ryan?
Who was a big coffee guy.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
like,
he-
how many cups do you drink a day? And he's like 2, and I'm like, light work. Man.
Light
Light
work.
work.
Yeah.
Danny
Catch
does-
me on
Danny does
catch me
5.
on a game day.
Danny's at 2. Danny's at 2 by 9.
Yeah,
Mhm.
catch me on a game day. You
Yeah.
know,
What's your go-to?
I like Temple. Like I'm gonna. What's the Pachamama? I like that spot as well.
What's that place? Camellias.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Estelle's
I like
Bakery
that.
too out in Arden as well.
We
It's
got
right
one
by
like
me.
right here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, downstairs.
Super good.
Yeah.
Like you love it.
Dangerous pastries. Like,
Oh. Keep that guy
I
away
would
from
I would
that.
know that.
oh man, that's funny. But you guys like when a guy comes to town, you don't say, hey, maybe try this place? No?
I think
I've figured out.
It's yeah.
I think I've recommended Coconut on Tea. I like that Thai spot a lot. So whenever any new guy asks, like, I kind of just, that's my go-to one
Yeah.
for. So.
All right.
Yeah.
No? What about you, Dan?
I mean, once they come to town, like I feel like it's pretty easy just to go out and see. If they're in town, and they've gone out and they've asked, I haven't found, so and so. Haven't found a sushi spot or something. Then you throw out the
Try this place.
We went with we've been with our wives a few times to Pazanote. We like that spot.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's really nice.
That's great.
Yeah, we went this week, right? Yeah, it was nice.
Last week.
Last week. Super good. Really
Time
nice.
flying.
I actually brought my parents this weekend. That's what.
Oh,
it was.
did you?
Brought my parents this weekend. Yeah.
Nice. Twice
Yeah,
a
they
week.
really liked it. They're like, we got to go here every time. Really liked it. Yeah. Shout out Pazanote.
There you go. All right. What? But like, so a guy like, what do you tell the new guys about Sacramento when they come? Like during training camp, they're like, they're probably like, what's the crowd like? If they haven't played here, like, what are the other things you tell them about Sacramento? Places that maybe to visit that you guys have gone. Like, what do you tell them?
Yeah, well, I would say I'd tell them that like it's so fun playing at home because the games are electric with our fans and the stadium there, and it's awesome. What else we tell them? We tell them it gets really hot in the summer, so get ready for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the atmosphere. One thing at games. I mean it's the best in the league. For sure. Like, just how many fans we get. After games. They stick around. Signing autographs. But even just like the city of Sacramento, like is great. But like also just the things you can do, like driving out 30 minutes or an hour to go to Lake Tahoe. You go to Napa. You can go to the mountains south, and then you got Auburn, nice hiking spots and stuff like that. So the guys, with, wives or even who like to hike on their own, they'll find stuff to do with these.
Yeah, there's a lot to do around the area for sure, especially. But I'll be interested to see some of these guys. I was trying to think, like some of the guys like Lewis who hasn't experienced a road trip. And I was curious about it. I was like,
the first one was Tulsa.
Yeah, it was a tough one. Tough one to start the season.
They're probably like, oh my God, what is this?
Yeah.
The longest, I think Dom was telling me longest trip for him was like 3 hours in the bus.
Mm-hmm. It's wild.
I know it's a dream.
Different.
It's a dream. That would
It's
be
a different world out here.
Crazy difference. Yeah.
Just to get on a bus and drive 3 hours, they're probably like, God, 3 hours on a bus. I'd be like, let's go. Like when we play,
We have a 3 hour layover in Dallas.
3 hour layover.
No, I don't know how much it was. Yeah.
No, yeah. But when we play Monterey and Oakland, it's a bus trip. I'm like fist pumping on that thing. Like I can't wait for that.
We got to see Jared Timmer back in the lineup this weekend. We got to see Roro back at home. What was it like getting to see those guys return from injury? I know you dealt with injury last year, and you know how hard it is, and how hard you have to work to get back. Roro's basically a year-long injury. Getting to hear his reaction was a pretty cool moment. What did you guys think? And how happy
I mean,
were you for him?
they do so much for the team, like whether they're on the field or off the field. Sorry, and just to see them back in the lineup and they didn't miss a beat either. Timmer stepped in the lineup, did great. Roro as well. Like he does so much when he's on the field, just being that general on the field. Passing the ball out wide. Easing Russell, putting Russell into good spots to get assists and goals and stuff like that. So they work so hard and. To see them, step on the field, it was great, and I'm super happy for them.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was Timmer's first half. I was extremely impressed that he still has his speed, his strength, his one-on-one ability just to win the ball over. And he was even on the ball, he was fantastic. Which sometimes that takes a while to come back. And I was they were obviously limiting his minutes, but I was sad to see him go in after that first half because I thought he was playing excellent. And then Roro, I mean, you heard the roar from the crowd. He's loved here, and as he should be. He's a fantastic player, helps us so much, like Danny said, on and off the pitch. And, he played me a good ball. And at one point in my head, I was thinking if I could be a little selfish and go for a goal for myself.
Yeah.
Then I saw him make a good run. I'm like, what a moment this was. He scored. And goalie made a great save. Not much he could do there, but that would have been a really, really cool moment.
Yeah, that's awesome. Danny, you got to wear the captain's band. So let me ask you this. I had a lot of debate thinking about where do you put the goalie in the starting lineup announcement when he's also the captain.
Yeah.
So we landed going first.
Yeah.
I just think you have to. Is that the right decision?
No, yeah, I'm fine with it. Yeah,
Okay.
that's a good decision, I think, because Am I usually first?
You're first.
Yeah, so
Goalkeeper's usually
I'm
first.
usually first
The
anyway.
captain is
so-
last.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine with it. Yeah, I think
All
that's the right decision.
It was a conversation. Like we thought about it a little bit because I was like, but that it just didn't make sense. Like you always start anyway. So
Yeah.
all right.
No, you're good. I like it.
But how was it wearing the captain band for you?
No, yeah, I mean, let's be real. Roro and Lee, they come first when it comes to captains and leadership. They really lead the team well. But when I was told I was gonna be able to lead the team and wear the captain's band, it was a really proud moment, especially for a club like this. Great organization. Being able to wear the captain's armband and be in front of the crowd. Great fans wearing it. It was a surreal moment, and I was flattered, and it was really special.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's great. What of we'll get going here in a second, but you guys we're on the road the next couple weeks. Well, back at home next week for Open Cup, which begins again. We got three different levels of play now. You got USL League play, you got USL Jägermeister Cup, Open Cup. How do you guys balance all this? Like, what's the obviously every game counts, but how do you mentally focus on, like, hey, we got, you've dealt with the deep Open Cup runs of trying to balance both. Now you got three. What do you think it's going to change at all for you, or is it just kind of just focus, stay next game up?
Yeah, next game up. Obviously, the depth of the squad is going to be extremely important, and we're getting those guys back from injury, which is helping, and we're already pretty deep as it is. So when it comes to those 3 game weeks, there's going to be rotation. There's going to be guys that are going to have to fill in, and I think we're pretty confident in everybody that we're going to be able to put on the pitch.
Yeah, I know that opening night game we got beat up a little bit with injuries, and so guys Ryan came back obviously too, Timmer as well. And hopefully Lee will be coming back pretty soon. All right, well, guys, I appreciate you guys coming on. Thanks for letting me kind of apologize about losing.
No, there's no need to. No need to. It's all good.
I felt bad. They were like, "Oh yeah, you missed Russ." I was like, "Oh crap." So anyway,
Who'd you have instead?
for quarterback, I said Connor Brown.
Oh.
Honestly, I don't remember what I said for all-time starting 11.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I had you. Don't worry.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh,
I had you, and then I had Josh Cohen behind you.
Yeah, Josh Cohen, right?
Yeah.
He's doing well for himself now too. He's at
doing-
Atlanta.
Yeah. He trained with the team for a little while.
Yeah, he trained with me. Were you here?
Was I?
I don't remember. I think it was 2023.
Was it?
Yeah,
Well, then-
it was good.
He would have been here.
Yeah, it would have
No,
been.
yeah, he was good. He was good for the. I mean, he did a lot of, good things when he was here. I learned a lot. So it was nice.
Speaking of that, Dom Vonner trained with you guys last year. What was that? I mean, that's got to be kind of a strange. I think he trained in October, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty late.
It's pretty late. Like, what's that like? Seeing a guy come in as you guys are kind of like getting ready for like the end of the season, and then he signs in the off season. But what was that process kind of like for you guys?
Yeah, he was. He came in. I mean, we have trialists come in throughout the year, but he came in pretty late, obviously. But you could tell he could play, so we were happy to have him in training and stuff like that. It was actually kind of funny. He hurt himself kind of like the second day. So
Oh,
we
really?
were like,
So he didn't get to do a
we were
full-
like kind of worried, like, oh, this trialist comes in, second day is injured, and so doesn't really get to showcase himself. But you could tell he had a bit about him. So
he was flying forward. You could tell he was attacking minded. He wanted to get at people. He wanted to dribble and get into tight spaces. And take a touch and take a shot. And you could tell he was really good. And then unfortunately he got a little knock. But glad to have him here and glad to see him doing well too.
yeah.
All right, 2 things before we go. One, Lee Desmond joining the TV broadcast this weekend.
Nice.
You joined one time? Like, tell us about what give him a message. Like, what should he be talking about? What should he worry about? What should he not say?
I told him to make me look good.
There you go.
That was my first point to him.
Yeah.
But he's got such a good mind for the game and the way he sees the game. His football IQ is extremely high, so I think he'll be fine. I didn't really have too much to tell him.
It's got him and Moffitt, both accents. They need to tighten it up on the accent a little bit.
I mean,
right?
if you listen to some of these broadcasters away from home, not Moffitt but some other guys, you're like, come on. So it's gonna be good to have Lee there to kind of put some insight with Moffitt and that's it.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
That'll be good. All right. Did you guys bring a question for me to wrap the show?
No one told me to bring a question.
I knew about it, and I was like, I didn't have one.
You don't have
No.
one? Come on, Danny.
I saw that basketball picture out there. Should I ask about that?
Oh yeah, what was your like points?
Give me,
What was your stats?
I want some stats, and I want
school
like
basketball stats.
like what years you played varsity, like starting, bench. What?
First off, let's address the elephant in the room, which is my height.
Well, it's not really an elephant.
Yeah, to full disclosure, you guys walked in. Apparently, there's a high school basketball photo of me that I just saw when you guys were here. Yeah, I could play a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Point guard.
Point guard, yeah. It's like
You passed the ball, or
Yeah,
more
I
of a
was,
stand and shoot guy?
I was second in the state in assists.
Ooh.
Whoa.
California or like
California.
Idaho? Okay.
No.
Okay.
I think I was at I think I had like I don't know, 10 points a game or something.
Oh yeah. Okay.
All right, play a little bit.
Hell yeah.
I like
Luke was always scared to play me one-on-one back in the day. Luke trained me when I was in high school and early college,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
but he never played me one-on-one. He was too scared.
Well, Luke doesn't really have a good track record when he's going up against people
Yeah,
like random
yeah,
things.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
sweet.
why we haven't played. He's scared. He doesn't
He was scared when he wanted to race Dave too, and I felt so bad when that happened.
Yeah, I did too. Normally, I'm always give him a hard time, but like I felt really bad.
That was tough because we were like, Luke, you have to do it. You have to. And then that happened, and I'm like,
And he also smoked him.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, he beat him for sure, but
Yeah.
the end
Not
product-
worth it.
Yeah, was it worth it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. All right. Well, thank you guys for coming in. Appreciate it. Good luck on the road this weekend. I mean, I know you may not have the amount of points you guys want right now, but I feel like team's playing well, and I think that's the most important thing. And had some bad breaks, but long season.
Long season, exactly.
Appreciate you guys.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us.